I'm going to work a complex twist stitch cable type thing that my pattern is calling twist 3 left together over 3. So those 3 that are knit are going to all go left and become touching each other together. So I'm not decreasing any together, just twisting them so that they are positioned together over the 3 back. So purl 1, purl 2, purl 3, all those are going to go to the back. And specifically my pattern says twist 3 left together over 3, purl 1, knit 2. So that purl 1, knit 2 are what's happening to the back stitches. All the front stitches are going to be knit, but the back stitches are going to be the first one purled and the second 2 knit. So I'm going to do it first with a cable needle, in case you don't know how to cable without a cable needle, since it's so complicated. But the very first thing you do is twist 1 over 1, so you don't need a cable needle for that. So twist the first one over the second one, left, because everything's going left. And now that's the first back stitch, which the pattern is telling me to purl. So back stitch, purl 1, and now that's the first front stitch, which I do nothing with because I need it to move over more. So now is when the cable needle slips to both front stitches, hold it in front, and then the pattern tells me to knit the other 2 back, so knit the back. Now with the cable needle, pick up that next one, which is also a front stitch, hold that in front also, knit the final back stitch. Now we have all 3 front stitches on front together touching each other, and all 3 back stitches are in back over to the right, and now the front stitches go over to the left, and we just knit all 3 of them together. 1, 2, 3. I'm twisting 3 top stitches right and pushing them together over 3 back stitches. So my 3 front stitches are these 3 that are showing as knit, and then in between you have the garter stitch in between there that are going to move to the back. And then the pattern says knit 2, purl 1, which is referring to the back stitches. All the front stitches are always all knit. I'm going to show you first with a cable needle, and then I'll show you without a cable needle. With the cable needle, I start by slipping the first stitch onto the cable needle, which is a back stitch. Telx has the garter stitch bump. And hold that in the back, and then knit the first stitch, which is the front stitch. Now the next stitch is another back stitch. Slip that onto the cable needle, and hold that in back, and knit the next stitch, front stitch. Now the final back stitch, slip to the cable needle, hold them back, and knit the final front stitch. Now you have the 3 back stitches all together, and in this case I'm going to knit 2, purl 1, because that's what my pattern is telling me to do. The pattern says to purl all, knit all, do that. So these are all the back stitches. First back stitch, knit the second back stitch, purl the final back stitch. I'm going to start by twisting left the first top stitch over 1, and then my pattern is telling me to purl the first back stitch, which is this one. So I purl the back. Now the front I leave on the needle right now, and now I'm going to take both of the next 2 front stitches and cable them over 1. So I'm slipping like a cable without a cable needle. And now I'm supposed to knit the next 2 back stitches. So knit the back, and now lift both of those 2 together over that one to cable them over. But again, don't work the front yet because you have 1 more to go. So now all three are positioned together like they're supposed to be, but they need to go over one more. So slip all three of the top, knit the final back stitch, and lift all three over the back, and now knit all three front stitches. Now all three are together over the three back stitches. I'm going to do the same thing without a cable needle. So starting with twist right, which is just a 1/1 cable here. I'll do without letting the stitches get twisted. And knit the top one. Then the next front stitch over here, I'm going to cable over these two back stitches. So lift that just like a regular cable with no cable needle, but just with the one on top, over the back two, and then knit that one, front one, and then leave the back two on the needle. And now this one 4 over here is the final front stitch. It's going to go over the next three. So I'm cabling 1/3, lift the 1 up over the 3, knit that front stitch, which is twisted all over there, a little bit hard to get to. Knit that. And then the back two, the pattern tells me knit 2, purl 1, so that's what I'm going to do with the back ones. Knit 1, knit 2, purl